Good afternoon, students. Today we are discussing the important question answer from the chapter Metals and Non-Metals. I hope all are ready to listen the class. Let us start with the first question with the multiple choice questions. After that, we are discussing the 1 mark, 2 mark and short answer and long answer questions. Okay. Yes, I hope all are ready. Be ready with your notebook and pen. Yes, the first question is arrangement of copper, tin, lead and the mercury according to the reactivity series is here according to the reactivity series. Okay. Just see the reactivity series. Option A, tin, lead, copper, mercury. Then lead, copper, mercury, tin, copper, mercury, tin, lead, mercury, tin, lead, copper. So, what is the correct answer for this question? Option A, that is tin, that is having the more reactivity compared to the other metals like lead, copper, mercury. Okay. Option A is the correct answer. Next question. Aluminium is used for making cooking utensils. Which of the following properties of aluminium are responsible for the same? Good thermal conductivity, good electrical conductivity, ductility, high melting point. Here, option A, first and second. Option B, option 1 and 3. Option C, second and third. Option D, 1 and 4. Here, aluminium is used as a cooking utensil. Which of the following properties of aluminium are responsible for the same? Good thermal conductivity. Yes, aluminium has the good thermal conductivity. And good electrical conductivity. No. Ductility. So that is not used in this. And high melting point. Yes, they are having the high melting point. So used in the cooking utensils. The correct answer is 1 and 4. So option D. 1 and 4 is the correct answer. Next question. What happens when a pellet of sodium is dropped in water? Option A, it catches fire and forms oxide. Option B, it absorbs the heat and forms oxide. Option C, it catches the fire and forms hydroxide. Option D, it absorbs the heat and forms the hydroxide. Yes, when the sodium pellet is dropped in water, yes, of course, it catches the fire and it does not absorb the heat. Okay, it catches the fire. So it forms oxide or it forms hydroxide, which is the correct answer for this. Yes, it forms the hydroxide because water that is forming the H plus and OH minus ions. H plus and OH minus ions will be there in water. When the sodium, so that catches the fire and react with the hydroxide and ions and forms the OH minus. So that is the hydroxide. Okay. The correct answer is option C. Next question. When a non-metal is allowed to react with water, carbon dioxide gas is formed, H2 gas is formed. Option C, product form depends on the temperature. No products are formed. When the non-metal, so when non-metal reacts with the water, which product is formed here? Please comment your answers. Option D, no products are formed here. Okay, carbon dioxide or hydrogen or anything, so which is not formed in this. So the correct answer is option D. Next question. Which of the following metal have low melting point? Option A, gallium. Option B, aluminium. Option C, iron. Option D, copper. Which of the following have the low melting point? Okay. So here the correct answer is gallium. Gallium is having the low melting point. When you keep it on your palm, it will start to melt because of your body temperature. So that much lower melting point it is having, that is the gallium. Next question. Which of the following non-metal have lustrous nature? Sodium, magnesium, carbon, iodine. Here, which of the following has the lustrous nature? Here, iodine, which is having the lustrous property, that is the non-metal. Here, sodium, magnesium, so these are metals. Here, sodium and magnesium, these are the metals. But here, non-metal, which of the following non-metal having the lustrous nature means the shiny surface. Here, carbon, which is not having any lustrous nature. Option D, iodine, that is having the lustrous nature. Next question. Which of the following pairs will give the displacement reaction? Sodium chloride solution and the copper metal, magnesium MgCl2 solution and the aluminium metal, ferrous sulfate solution and the silver metal, AgNO3 solution and the copper metal. Yes, here sodium chloride when reacts with the copper metal. Here copper which is not able to displace the sodium. Okay, here this reaction will not take place because due to the reactivity. Sodium has the more reactivity than the copper. So first reaction is not possible. Second one, magnesium chloride MgCl2 when reacts with the aluminium metal. Here aluminium which is having the less reactivity compared to the magnesium. Okay, less reactivity, so it which is not able to displace the magnesium from the magnesium chloride solution. Aluminium is not able to displace the magnesium from the magnesium chloride solution. So option B is also not possible. And the ferrous sulfate solution and the silver metal. Here ferrous sulfate solution with the silver metal Ag. Here this silver metal is also not able to displace the ferrous from the ferrous sulfate solution because this silver is having the less reactivity compared to the ferrous. Okay, so these three also not possible. Then check the last one, that is AgNO3. When AgNO3 reacts with the copper metal, here copper nitrate will be formed and Ag will be displaced. Okay, so here silver is displaced by the copper because copper is having the more reactivity than the silver. So the option D reaction will be possible. So this is the displacement reaction. So this pair will do the displacement reaction. Okay. Next question. Which of the following methods suitable for preventing an iron frying pan from rusting? So we have to prevent the rusting. So which method will be useful here? Applying grease. Option B, applying paint. Option C, applying a coating of zinc. Option D, all of the above. Here all of the above. Applying grease also and applying paint also prevent the rusting, and applying coat of zinc also prevent the rusting. So all of the above is the correct answer. An element reacts with oxygen to give a compound with a high melting point. This compound is soluble in water. The element is likely to be. The correct option is, please find out the correct option here. Calcium, carbon, silicon and iron. Please find out the correct answer here. The correct answer is calcium. Here, calcium, when it reacts with the water, calcium, when react with the water, so it forms the calcium oxide. Sorry, just a minute. When calcium reacts with the water, it forms the calcium oxide. Okay. So the compound with high melting point, this compound is also soluble in water. So calcium oxide, that is also soluble in water. Okay. The element is likely to be, that is calcium. The correct answer is option A, calcium. So when it react with the water, it forms the calcium hydroxide, that is CaOH twice. When the calcium oxide is CaO reacts with water, calcium hydroxide is formed. Okay. The correct answer is option A. Next question. Food cans are coated with tin, not with the zinc. Because option A, zinc is costlier than tin. Option B, zinc has a higher melting point than tin. Option C, zinc is more reactive than tin. Zinc is less reactive than tin. Here the food cans are coated with the tin, not with the zinc. So here zinc is costlier than the tin. That is also not correct. Zinc has higher melting point than the tin. So that is also not correct. Zinc is more reactive than tin. So that is the correct answer. Zinc is less reactive than tin. So that is not correct one. Zinc is more reactive than tin. So that is the correct answer. Option C is the correct answer. Next question. Observe the following chemical reaction. Here, when iron reacts with the copper sulfate, which forms the iron sulfate, that is ferrous sulfate, and copper is displaced here. Okay, just see the copper which is displaced from the copper sulfate solution, because iron which is more reactive than the, which is having the more reactivity than the copper, so which is able to displace the copper from its solution. Okay, so here iron which is having the more reactivity than the copper. Then see the second one, when the zinc react with the ferrous sulfate, zinc sulfate and Fe is displaced here, because zinc which is more having the more reactivity than the ferrous. So which is able to, zinc is able to displace the ferrous from its ferrous solution. Ferrous sulfate means iron sulfate solution. So zinc which is having the more reactivity than the ferrous. Okay. The decreasing order of reactivity of the metals in the above reaction is, in the decreasing order, what are the in the following reactivity series. Okay, so zinc which is having the more reactivity than the ferrous, compared to the zinc which is having the less reactivity than the copper. So that is in the decreasing order. So zinc, ferrous, copper. Option A is the correct answer. Next question. Pick the statement which is correct about the non-metal. Bromine is an example for liquid non-metal. Graphite is a good conductor of electricity. Most of the non-metal oxides are acidic, all of these. Next question. Which of the following is a non-metal? Sodium, chlorine, aluminium, copper. Here, which of the following is a non-metal? Sodium is a metal, aluminium is also metal, copper is also metal, but chlorine which is not a metal, which is non-metal. Next question. Which of the following metal is the least reactive? Sodium, zinc, copper, gold. Which of the following metal is the least reactive? Here, gold, which is the least reactive in this metal, and sodium is the most reactive metal. The process used to convert the sulfide ores of metals into their oxide is calcination, roasting, reduction, electrolysis. The process used to convert the sulfide ores of the metals into their oxides, that is option B, roasting. Okay, so this roasting process is used to convert the sulfide ores of metals into their oxide. Please note down the question. Here, aluminium, iron, magnesium and zinc metals are reacted with the dilute hydrochloric acid. The series that indicates decreasing order of reactivity of the metals is here decreasing order of the reactivity. You know that here copper is not given here. Here zinc is having the more reactivity than the iron. Right, zinc is having the more reactivity than the iron. We know that. So here, this one is not correct because yes, here zinc is having the more reactivity than the iron. You know that aluminium and magnesium having the more reactivity than these two. Okay, so the correct answer is aluminium, then magnesium. Okay. Magnesium, which is having the most reactivity, then aluminium, zinc and the iron. Option A is the correct answer. Next, we are discussing the 1 mark questions. Okay. Yes, let us start the 1 mark question discussion. The first question is, ionic compounds have high melting point and boiling point. Why? Here, ionic compounds have high melting point and boiling points. This is because a considerable amount of energy is required to break the strong interionic attraction. Next question. Give an example of a metal which first one is a liquid at room temperature and the metal which can be easily cut with a knife, and the metal which is best conductor of heat and metal which is a poor conductor of heat. Yes. Here, the first one, the metal which is liquid at room temperature, that is mercury. The metal which can be cut easily with the knife, that is sodium. Then, which is the best conductor of heat? Here, the best conductor of heat, that is the silver. Silver is the best conductor of heat and lead is the poor conductor of heat. Okay, option D. Lead is the poor conductor of heat. Next question. Explain the meanings of malleable and ductile. What is the meaning of malleable and what is the meaning of ductile here? The ability of the metals drawn into thin wires is called ductility, and the metals can be beaten into thin sheets. This property is called malleability. Okay. Next question. Which products are formed when the magnesium reacts with the water? When the magnesium reacts with the water. Magnesium reacts with the water. Try to write the reaction. Magnesium hydroxide and hydrogen. Balance the reaction. Yes. So which products are formed here? Magnesium hydroxide and hydrogen. Okay. Write the equation for calcium and potassium reacts with water. Write the equations for the calcium and the potassium. So which reacts with the water when the calcium, that is calcium when reacts with the water. So that reaction you have to write, and the potassium when it react with the water. So this balanced reaction you have to write. This is the 2 mark question. When the potassium reacts with the water, potassium hydroxide will be formed and hydrogen heat energy is released. Calcium when react with the water, so which forms the calcium hydroxide and the hydrogen. So that is the correct answer. So you should write the balanced chemical reaction here. Balanced reaction, you know how to balance the reaction. So you have to balance this. So while writing it in the exam. Next question. Define the following mineral, ore and gong. ಅಲ್ವಾ ನೋಡಿ, an ore is naturally occurring rock or sediment that contains the valuable mineral or compound in high enough concentration to be worth mining. So that is the definition of the ore. Next question. Ores mined from the earth usually contain large amount of impurities like sand. Soil is called gangue. Okay, so that is the definition of the ore and gangue. Then what is mineral? A mineral is naturally occurring inorganic solid with the specific chemical composition and crystalline structure. So each for 1 mark. So sometimes they will ask to write the answer for what is mineral or define ore like this. Okay. Next question. Name two metals which are found in nature in the free state. Name the two metals which are found in the nature in free state. That is gold, silver, platinum and copper. So they are found in nature in the free state. What chemical process is used for obtaining a metal from its oxide? What chemical process is used for obtaining a metal from its oxide? Please note down this question. Here, the chemical process used to obtain the metal from its oxide is called reduction. Which metal do not corrode easily? Which metal do not corrode easily? Gold and platinums. These metals, they do not corrode easily. So very important for 1 mark. Next question. What are alloys? What are alloys? An alloy is a substance made by mixing two or more elements, at least one of which is a metal, to create a material with specific properties. Next question, that is also same. What are alloys? Name the constituent elements present in bronze and solder metal. Okay. An alloy is a substance made by mixing two or more elements, at least one of which is a metal, to create the material with specific properties. Here, the bronze that is made up of copper and tin, and the solder metal that is made up of lead and tin. So that is also both are alloys. Okay. Next question. What are ores? Write the respective methods used to convert the sulfide and carbonate ores of the metals into the oxides. Here, what are ores? Write the respective methods used to convert the sulfide and carbonate metals into the oxides. Minerals which contain high percentage of particular metal and metal can be extracted from it is called ores, and calcination and the roasting are the two processes here used for the uh, to convert the sulfide and the carbonate ores of metals into their oxides. Draw the diagram of arrangement of apparatus to show the action of steam on a metal. Here you have to draw the diagram. Yes, this one is the diagram. So here metal sample and the delivery tube. So many labelings are that you have to label. Okay, practice the labeling also. And very important here, the practicing of the diagram. So dear students, practice the diagrams daily. Okay, so daily practice it 2 or 3 diagrams, so that will be very helpful for you people in the last annual exam. Okay, so and practice the this labeling also. This labeling is also very important. Okay. Depict the formation of magnesium chloride with the help of electron dot structure. So please note down the question. Depict the formation of magnesium chloride with the help of electron dot structure. Please note down this question. Yes. So you should depict the electron dot structure of the magnesium chloride. So formation of the magnesium chloride here. So one of the very important question, repeatedly asked question in the board exam, magnesium chloride and the sodium chloride, both the electron dot structure of magnesium chloride and the sodium chloride is asked in the different question paper. Please practice this. Okay. Yes. Next question. Hydrogen gas is not liberated when the metal like zinc reacts with the nitric acid. Why? Please note down this question. Hydrogen gas is not liberated when the metal like zinc reacts with the nitric acid. Here, because nitric acid, that is HNO3, is strong oxidizing agent. It oxidizes the hydrogen and produces the water and itself get reduced to any of the nitrogen oxides. So please note down this question. So here strong HNO3 is the strong oxidizing agent. It oxidizes the hydrogen and produces the water and itself get reduced to any of the nitrogen oxides. Okay. So this is the answer. So dear students, I will stop the class here. Then I will continue in the next class. Okay. Thank you. We'll continue in the next class.